This is all I ever wanted to do. I knew that if I did everything right and looked after myself and kept playing in high intensity and where I've played, I knew that this day would come, fingers crossed. I'm just so happy that it's finally coming. It's against New Zealand in Brisbane. It was a four-nation tournament or something. Yeah, well, it's a weird emotion because you spend all your time dreaming of getting that far, and then you're finally there, and it's like, you just want to do the best you can, and it was the greatest moment. To look back at it, I had Cheryl, who I never knew, came up to me at one of the schoolgirls' camps and come up to me and goes, I've won that award several times, and I'm like, oh, who's this tall person talking to me? I had no idea, and then people go, do you know who she is? She's like the captain or future captain of the Matildas. She's like a legend. And then I remember going into training and sort of being like, this woman I must respect. This is the pinnacle of the women's football game. And then to have Di Glitch, and Joey Peters and Ish and Kate Nashade, I was a little bit nervous, but I was a very confident player. I always wanted to prove something. I was a little naughty child, you could say, but they've kept me in line, and from what they've taught me, it's made me a bit of a player who I am today. They're the start of Never Die. They brought that into all the young players, and that's what I'm trying to do now with the young players coming through now. Just their work ethic and just how they present themselves. Like, they knew it was more about how much that shirt meant to them, and back then you didn't have nothing. That's all they had. All they had was their pride in that jersey, and that's the sort of thing that I feel that is probably the most important thing is, when you have nothing, how much do you play for that shirt? I was born to pretty much play the game. It's hard to explain exactly what I'm trying to say, but I think, I had this natural ability that it was sort of forced upon me to become the player that I am. So I knew that by that I loved playing the game. It was just the next step from there. It had to be the Canada game. I think I tell the team, I think every time we talk about greatest moments, that's my first thing that comes into mind. It's got to be the Canada 2007 when Cheryl scored the equalising goal that got us through to the quarterfinals ever, first ever quarterfinals. I think that was the big change in women's football in Australia, and to be part of it, it's an amazing thing. I'm representing every little girl's dream. Like, I was that kid one day, I was that kid at one time in my life, and that's all I ever wanted, to finally get there and to be there and to go out and play and just be so passionate to be an Australian, to be who I am, it's probably the biggest honour I can possibly say that a person can go through.